Hey, welcome in. This is the week 3 of the Palmetto Sports Talk Show. Again, my name is Chris Dixon. And we're going to talk some more football. We got week 3 coming up. We're finally getting into the season. Not many more bigger games this week, honestly. But we're getting into the season. I mean, it's getting the ball rolling. We're starting to see what teams have what, and I'm super pumped. We got, a couple of good games this week. But most importantly, we got some good SEC football matchup, probably most likely for the SEC East Championship, as we predicted in the beginning of the season. We got, you know, a bunch of good games going on, and I'm ready to get into talking some football with you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about last week. Last week, man, we had some big matchups, about 3 of them, and none of them turned out the way people thought. I was very shocked in how bad Notre Dame blew out Michigan. I actually had Michigan winning that game. But Notre Dame is a whole totally different team with Everett Golson. They won the game 31-0. I mean that makes them a scary team. Then you had the USC beat Stanford. I mean that's probably the best game of the week. Um, Stanford looked, man, but Steve Sarkisian, man, he's got that USC team looking like the old USC. Um, Virginia Tech beat Ohio State 35-21. I seen it coming. Ohio State's a totally different team without Braxton Miller. I just not sold on them. I mean, Virginia Tech is a good team. They got good DBs, and that's what hurt Barrett, I think. So, and then you got Oregon. Oregon, wow, that was such a good game until like the late third, early fourth quarter, where Oregon scored 28 unanswered points to come out with a victory, 46-27, 46-27 against a Michigan State team that had the number one defense last year. Can you imagine this Oregon team right now? What they're going to do to a lot of their opponents in the Pac-12 if they keep this up? Everybody stays healthy. This team is going to be dangerous. A lot of people's got a number 2. They're the number 1 team in the nation right now, and they deserve, you know, everything, all the credit they're getting right now. I mean, they look really, really good right now. Then you had UCLA that barely escaped another victory from Memphis. It just did not. They're still not looking good. I don't know what's going on over there. They had high expectations, but they just didn't look too good. Ole Miss. I will go ahead and say it right here, week 3. Ole Miss will upset Alabama. Yes, this team is hot. Alabama goes to Oxford. I've been looking at this game on the schedule for a long time. It looks like a big game, and I think Ole Miss is going to come out with a victory in this game. But it's been a great week for football. Big things happened. The Big Ten went 0-4 versus team in the Power 50. In the Power 50, in the top 50 teams in the Power Index, they went 0-4 this weekend. Not a good day for the Big Ten. But then let's get to the in-state teams from last week. We had Clemson 73-7 over a South Carolina State team. We know the South Carolina State didn't score a single offensive touchdown. That touchdown they got was late, and it was off of a fumble by Clemson, a scoop and score defensive touchdown. South Carolina State had a total of 44 yards. And I can count how many rushing yards they had on 2 hands. 7. Not good for you, South Carolina State, but Clemson's run defense looked pretty darn good, I guess you could say. And, the run defense is back, I guess, from Georgia. I mean, they just showed that they could be dominant on any given Saturday. Clemson's offense, 735 yards total offense. Wow. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, they got some good production from the quarterbacks, some of the running backs. Wide receivers at Travius Scott made a name. I think he had 160-something yards, plus yards off about 10 receptions. Awesome day from that freshman. The quarterback play continues to be pretty good. You're seeing really good stuff out of Watson. 8 for 9, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns to Stouts. 22 for 31, 154, 1 touchdown. So, it just doesn't. I can't tell much from Clemson after that game, but we sure will. See, I'm sorry I keep on looking at the screen. I'm watching this football game. Got fantasy football implications on it. We got Clemson's Chandler Catanzaro about to kick a field goal. If he kicks his field goal, I'm down to 1 point and I lose my fantasy league team. Well darn. Alright, back to the other stuff. South Carolina looking for a chance to rebound, and they did it. They beat East Carolina by 10 points. They were shaky in the first half, but about 9 minutes about 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, I felt like South Carolina was in control. They pretty much done whatever they wanted to do too on offense, and they got some big plays out of the defense. Finally got a field goal block back before the half, and you got 2 interceptions by the secondary. Great. I mean, you know, they're looking good. And that East Carolina was no pushover. Yeah, they're in the Atlantic, American Atlantic Conference, and you got what is it? Shane Carradine, Justin Hardy. They were a good combination, but South Carolina held them to 321 yards from the last week when Kenny Hill came in there and passed all over their butts, 511 yards. Thompson looked pretty good. He was shaky to it beginning again. He's got to get that better. Thompson was 25 of 38 for 266 yards, just 1 touchdown this week. And then Mike Davis finally got into the game and looked like his normal self. 18 carries for 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. I really wish to get Mike more involved, but I think they've been saving him for the big matchup this upcoming week that we're about to get into, and we got an SEC showdown with South Carolina versus Georgia. We all seen what Georgia did in their last game against Clemson. Took over in the second half, 24 unanswered points. Ty Gurley just went off. Ty Gurley had 198 rushing yards for 15 carries and 3 touchdowns versus Clemson, and a 100-yard kickoff return. Dude was a beast. They fed him the ball. He scored every 5 times he touched the ball. What else can I say? Last year against Carolina, he had 30 carries for 132 yards, 1 touchdown. And it was at Georgia. Hopefully, a better South Carolina run defense. Maybe. Well, scratch that. The linebackers are better. Hopefully will stop him and he won't get to that 3rd level. He just stays at that 2nd with the linebackers. But hopefully, we see some big things from this game. It means a lot, and I hope that we see a new Gamecock team come out here and just play balls out. Another thing to get to, I said Mason, had 131 yards, 18 or 26, and no touchdowns versus Clemson. He didn't look too good to me. So the Gamecocks can pressure him with 4, maybe 5. Have some guys drop back just in case, but pound that box tight, because that's the only way you're going to stop Ty Gurley. Is you got to put not 5, not 6, probably 7, maybe not even 7. Put all 11 in the box. That's the only way you're going to stop him. They got another great running back, Keith Marshall, and then they got 2 freshmen, Nick Chubb, Sonny Michael. It's going to be a tough one. The Gamecocks got to get a lot better in their pass defense if they want a chance in this game. I'm not sure how much better they can get in a few weeks, but this is going to be the difference maker. I think if they play well in this game, the rest of the season they'll be fine and the Gamecocks will be on their way. But I just don't think this week they got anything for Ty Gurley. This is the best defense that Dylan Thompson's faced in his career at South Carolina. So it has me a little scared because he's coming to the first 2 games shaky in the first quarter, and we can't have that. If South Carolina wants to have success, they got to get into this game first and score. It's going to be a tight one early, maybe. Georgia's going to they're going to get theirs. They're going to probably roll right on through South Carolina, unfortunately. But I got faith in the Gamecocks, and I'm going to be there on Saturday in that crowd cheering for my Gamecocks. And it's a big game. I was there. 2012, 35-7. And this year, I'm bringing back what I had that year. Yes, my Sandstorm towel, signed by Marcus Lattimore. It will be used this week. It is hopefully going to get the crowd going. It's my good luck charm. Hopefully it'll be good for the Gamecocks. But I just don't think it's going to be enough. I got Georgia winning this game 37-24. I'm not a biased Gamecock fan. If I think we're going to get beat, we're going to get beat. Most likely. And it's probably going to happen. And Gamecock fans might well just face the facts. I mean, hopefully we'll come in there and look like a different team and play great. But if not, that's going to be the score. So hopefully, things work out. Clemson's got a bye week. They face Florida State. They got to get ready for that one. Both them teams are on bye. Georgia had a bye before this week. Hopefully that messes them up. They really ain't gotten into the season real good. They played Clemson, but that ain't much. But it's gonna be a good game, and y'all going out there. I hope y'all be safe and have a good time like I am. And the ones sitting at home, root from us from the couch. Gamecocks need your support all the time, win or lose. They need your support every day of the week. Coaching staff needs your support. I got faith in them. They've got faith in us. So, go Gamecocks and Clemson fans. I'll be back next week to break down the Florida State Clemson game. It's going to be huge. I cannot wait. Big ACC matchup just like this Georgia-South Carolina game is. And, thank you for viewing. If you want to ask me any questions, tweet me at GC Dixon, DIXON 13 at Twitter. And then I'm on Facebook, Chris Dixon. I got a sports blogging site, Chris Dixon 13 at sportsblogging.com. Pretty much get in touch with me anywhere. Comment on the video below. Check out my previews each week. And spread it around to your friends. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great week.